If you were to be listening to a shortwave radio and it lightning kind of flashes, you would still hear in your radio something like that. Something you don't hear in an FM station. Because for FM, it is point of sight. So the transmitter at Naguru will send the signal of capital FM to a given radio somewhere. And this radio somewhere will immediately give you the signal and you start listening. FM. So FM is not affected by lightning. You can be blasting your music, your radio is on top, the outside flashes are going around, and you don't hear any interference. Because the interference is due to the interference of the ionosphere. If you are not utilizing the ionosphere, you won't be able to be affected by the interference. Taking place, you have magma, like it has rained, then you have the evaporation taking place, and some place when you have reached above this place, you get condensation. If you get enough condensation, then you can get rain. But if it goes beyond and your particles are frozen, then they start rubbing each other. When they rub each other, just like when I don't have the hair, but you know when you rub your pen in the head, you are able to capture a couple of peppers. I don't want to do that because of crystal magnetism. Then you get a separation of these charges. The heavy parts get to be descended a little bit down. The smaller parts go a little bit up. So the heavy parts are known to be negatively charged. The heavy parts are known to be positively charged. So a given cloud, when you have a cloud and another cloud also gets charged, you can end up having the across, that have across cloud to cloud lightning. Then you hear the clouds, banging in the clouds up there. Or you can have the cloud to ground. So that is the most interesting part. So how you are struck is that if this was a building, then if it didn't have any protection, then you would have these parts here being positively charged because of this charge here, and you have negative charges going into the earth because they are being pushed a little bit down. And remember when I talked about the development of the potential from the polar effect, the separation of the positives and the negatives then create the potential. So you have high potential in kilometers here. In kilometers of separation, you got about 10 Ks of potential, and you can build up a current of over 10,000. So, what happens if these charges which have been created here have nowhere to go? These ones which have been created on this top here. And by any chance, like it is raining, then you get droplets kind of making the connection of this current across. Then this thing would be struck. So normally what happens is that you install a lightning conductor, which is a bunch of spikes. These spikes will have positive charges created on them by corona discharge. They keep being discharged into space and creating some neutralization. On the other hand, if there is any connection, then all this goes through the strip up to the ground. Because the ground here, you can either use a copper mat or a copper rod, which is highly conducting. And then all the current will flow to the ground. So if poor me, I'm standing in rain, I'll get some charges on top there, then the other one is negatively charged. If there is any chance that it was drizzling or raining and there is a connection here, I become the path-through of about 10 to the power 4 amps. Then you find me stuck in the ground, dead. So the issue is, that's why they tell you if it is raining and the skies are lowering when they are rumbling, then please squat down, put your leg in between your head between the legs and remain there. Let the rain hit you until it is done. But at least you would have made yourself a low point. Do not be tempted to be under the tree. Because if you are under a tree, and this is a tree here, you will provide a chance for the lightning. Because the tree, much as it is wet, it is not as highly conducting as your body. If you want to know how your body is conducting, go to a TV. If you still have a TV with these two areas, be near where there is cement, where you can step on cement. So step on the plastic carpet or your slippers and put the back of your finger and feel it, and then put the foot on the ground, on the cement, and try again. You'll hear the tickling. And that's why your body is so conductive. And for that matter, it means, because the tree is not a good conductor, you'll be the best conducting. But the tree will do for you a good job of making sure that it makes a lot of charge being created around, and then to look for how to discharge it. And you'll be a very nice conductor for helping the tree in order to fence off this charge. And they will find you flat here if you are not all burnt and dry. Yes.
Why do they put charcoal?
Because charcoal can always maintain the wetness, or salt. Salt makes sure that the charcoal conducts water, okay? Water soaks it, so that soaking of, that's why so the charcoal also would conduct all the water around it, make it wet so that there is conductivity. If in any case, if it rains, lightning cannot happen so much when it's so dry. So it conducts all that. So the same applies to the salt. The salt will keep, absorbing all that water so that there is conductivity. Because the issue we do the earthing is to make sure that all these charges being created on the top of the building or any raised object would have to have a place where to go. Any other question? Yes.
So I wanted to know what happens when the person touches the copper speaker that connects the spike when?
Well, it's when he's so supernatural that he knows it is about to strike and then touches, or in a moment?
No, I'm guessing if it is about to connect.
How would you know that? Well, it wouldn't be a big deal because your body is, maybe if you put your feet in the ground, soak them there and then touch, maybe you can get something. But the strip, you've seen the strips, it is highly conducting, aluminum, highly conducting, so you wouldn't be the best alternative. You would already be short-circuited. On the other side, you are bypassed. But it could be dangerous. You are touching near where there are 10,000s of amperes. So there's a likelihood that our body cannot sustain less than 1 ampere. A good 1 ampere will kill you. So if you are playing to see how much I've had my share, so